What's up, guys? You saw the title. Let's talk about it. Are artificial sweeteners a chemical war zone in your body? Are they completely safe? Should you consume more of them? Should you avoid them? Let's talk about it. So, there's a ton of, and stick with me because I know instantly I'm going to lose some of you when I say this. There's a ton of fear mongering around pretty much everything in the health and fitness industry. If you pay attention, that's why you'll see, new study says eggs are bad. New study says bacon is bad or bacon is good, eggs are good. Like, there's so many misguided, clickbaity, which is what I did for this video. I get it. But there's so many of those titles, and generally it's done to scare you into consuming or purchasing the alternative that is safer than the thing that they are trying to get you scared of, even if it's not. You have to demonize something to make your thing look like something that they have to have, okay? I'm not going to get into politics here, but everyone knows that, said politic is going to bash other politic to make themselves appear greater than, right? And vice versa. They're going to do it to each other. It's a very good tactic to get your attention and to make you scared if you don't, do any further research, which then gets you to purchase whatever they're selling you. So let's get into it. Let's first talk about some of the benefits of artificial sweeteners. And again, I know some of you are set on they must be terrible. They have to be bad for you because they have the name artificial in them, so they can't be good. I get it. I used to be there. Trust me, I understand where the initial fear may come from. But let's just talk about what we absolutely know to be true. Artificial sweeteners are a great alternative for people that have diabetes or pre-diabetes or metabolic syndrome, as they don't raise your blood sugar levels the same way that a regular sweetener like sugar would do, or even to a lesser extent, your things like maple syrup, honey, delicious, great, but they're going to elevate your blood sugar. So for a diabetic, if you want something sweet and you're really being conscious on your blood sugar and just keeping everything in check, artificial sweeteners can be absolutely fantastic in helping you on that journey. Weight management, this one is the obvious one. If you're replacing something sweet, whatever it's made with, honey, maple syrup, regular cane sugar, any kind of other sugar, high fructose corn syrup, any of it, if you're replacing that with an artificial sweetener, you are automatically going to be lowering calories, therefore helping in your pursuit to lose body weight, lose fat, and again, it's going to help with blood sugar control. So fantastic for that. Absolutely amazing. If it's late at night and you're craving something sweet, we all do. You're like, man, I could really go for a Coca-Cola, or man, even a Gatorade or whatever would be amazing. The 0-calorie, artificially sweetened versions of these things are going to be far better for you as far as your weight loss, fat loss, blood sugar control. You're not going to have the spike right before bed and then the crash if you would drink a regular Coca-Cola. You're not going to have that. You would get the crash from the caffeine, but I'm just talking about difference between artificial sweetener or regular sugar. So fantastic for that. Some other things that I wrote down here. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, this is one people don't think about. Dental health. So regular sugar, eating a bunch of hard candy, it gets in between your teeth. If you're not someone that brushes your teeth right after that and flosses right after that, that can cause cavities. Uh, so, unlike regular sugar, your artificial sweeteners don't contribute to cavities in that way. Uh, Man, there's so many benefits, and I'll get into the possible potential side effects that people are worried about as well. Uh, yeah, those are some of your main positives to start out with. Blood sugar control, weight management, helping with cravings. So instead of eating, you know, a piece of cake or an entire thing of ice cream, maybe a Pepsi Zero, a Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Gatorade Zero, Powerade Zero, whatever, any of these artificially sweetened things, maybe drinking that with your low calorie, high protein, whole food, nutritious meal, maybe that's enough to give you that kind of, satisfaction that you need. I know it works for me. I know it works for a ton of health and fitness people that, I'm friends with or just see online. Bodybuilders, any kind of people that are worried about their physique. It can be extremely helpful. Now let's talk about a few things that people get worried about when they hear some of these sensationalized claims online. So, one of the biggest things that people worry about with artificial sweeteners, I would say, from what I see, is the unknown of we don't know enough about these. Do they cause cancer? Do they cause cancer? Are they carcinogenic? Uh, so the studies that you would see that would have any links between, potentially being something that you should worry about as far as causing cancer, these are all in extremely high doses. And when I say extremely high doses, I mean doses that you as a human would not consume ever or even get close to. And they're also done in rats, which we are not. We can draw some conclusions from studies done in rats, but they're generally just kind of a starting point to assess things to then look into deeper with what are called human randomized control trials. And those are the things that you actually want to pay attention to. But essentially, the only time that that's seen would be in like aspartame in extremely high doses that you're probably never going to be able to even get close to consuming. Like I'm talking like whatever you think that you could consume in Diet Coke a day, times that by like 20 or 30, and that's the only time that you would maybe need to get worried if you did that day after day. Like I'm being dead serious. So, from what the studies show. But people will take a headline like may cause cancer in this study. That's scary. That sounds really scary. Trust me, I get it. But they leave out the fact that it was done on rats in like 800x the dose that they are telling you is safe in, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, Gatorade Zero, whatever. So it sounds scary, but it's nothing that you would ever actually consume. Like, drink 20 gallons of water in a day, try it, see how that works out for you. You're going to die. So, you know, the dose determines whether something is poisonous or even harmful, right? Like, a little bit of sunshine is really good for you. Stay out in the sun all day, every day with zero protection and see how that works out for your skin long term in the future. Anyways, so that's the main thing that people worry about is the carcinogenic effect. But let's just talk a little common sense for a second. So these artificial sweeteners can help you to lose weight and lose fat if you're overweight or obese, right? They can really help you on that journey. Now, what do we know for sure increases the risk of cancer? And like more than 13 types of cancer. Obesity. So, if an artificially sweetened drink can help you on your journey to not be overweight or obese, it's going to significantly help you to reduce the potential of getting over 13 different types of cancer. Like, for a fact, like, we know this. We know that your rates go up with obesity. Like, this isn't me calling anybody out. This is the stats. This is what it is. They obviously study this. They track it when people have cancer. And not being obese or overweight is going to really help you. Obviously, you can still get cancer if you're not overweight. We all understand this. But it's going to really help you in your chances of, not getting a certain type of cancer. So we talked about that. Let's go over some other things. I think the last thing that I will touch on today, I don't want to spend too much time on this video, just addressing the main concerns that people have. The last one would be when you hear people talk about like gut health and how like said artificial sweetener affected or changed is the big word they use, like changed the gut microbiome. So two things real quick. One, the research on like what a healthy gut microbiome even looks like is very limited at this like point in time. There's still so many things that researchers aren't sure of yet. We're kind of new in the process of, like, not we're as in me, I'm not a scientist. I'm just saying they are new in the process of, identifying like what markers that they're looking at, what do they mean, how do they translate to overall health. But with the limited, it's not like they do have like research, they do have evidence, but it's just there's so much more vastness that is yet to be uncovered. The one thing for sure is the artificial sweetener sucralose, which is like my favorite one as far as taste and probably the one that I consume the most. That would be what's known as Splenda also, but like in your drinks, it would be sucralose is what it would be listed as, like on a Gatorade Zero or something. There are actually studies showing that it has beneficial changes in at least some of these gut microbiome things that they think are positive for your overall health. And again, if, even if the changes like for aspartame or whatever were minor, maybe in a negative way, which I would argue so far from what I've seen that they're really not. But even if they were, again, another thing that causes, bad gut health, bad microbiome health, all of that would be being overweight or obese. So if you can not be overweight or obese, that's going to help you. So if that helps you 80%, and even if one of these artificial sweeteners had like a 2% negative gut health impact, I'm just throwing out numbers, like you're still so much better off. So that's it for today. The gut health part of it, like I said, is still like in such, new stages of understanding that like I just don't even really concern myself with that part of it yet. Again, because there's so many benefits, right? Like we all know, or by now, like I know people still don't know. They don't, they would disagree with me. That's okay. You can have your opinion. It's whatever. Consume or don't consume whatever you want. It's fine. I used to 100% be on the, if it's artificial or, if it's man-made, it has to be bad train. Like I was that person forever. Like it bothered me so much that I decided to like dedicate my life to like studying these things so that I wasn't so scared to drink a freaking Gatorade Zero, right? Like I was like, why am I scared of this? This is stupid. So I did the research and I've seen the studies, and again, like I get it. You're going to feel how you feel about this subject regardless, which is why I knew it would be a great video to make. People are going to click on it because you're either going to 100% agree with me or you're going to 100% not agree with me. That's just kind of how this topic goes, which I'm okay with. I just want people to be a little bit less scared of things that might actually help them, that they might enjoy, that could have a lot of benefits for you. Like I said, if it helps you with your blood sugar control, if you're a diabetic, which it would, that's fantastic. If it helps you to lose weight and significantly makes you feel better, makes your cardio better, makes it easier to get out of bed, increases your confidence because you look better because you lost weight. You can breathe better. You don't have to wear a CPAP machine. Like, if drinking a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero as opposed to consuming excess calories from the original that's going to spike your blood sugar, then drop your blood sugar, and then you're going to be hungry again in 10 minutes and you're going to drink another Coke thinking that that's going to help. Like, if you can substitute that cycle for the occasional 0-calorie sweetener, I am forever until proven wrong going to argue that that is better for you and healthier for you. Blood sugar control, weight control, and it's going to help you not binge on a bunch of shit. Like, you're not going to eat, 5 pieces of cake if a Coke Zero makes you happy. I know so many people that can stick to their diet so much better if they have a sugar-free Jello packet or some sugar-free Cool Whip on like a piece of, an apple or a banana. Like, yeah, it's artificially sweetened, but if it helps you to not eat a bunch of shit and keeps you at a healthier body weight, better confidence, all of these things, and there really isn't all of this terrible, like, it's going to kill you instantly type of stuff that you see online that doesn't really happen. Like with everything, everyone's different. Some people do get headaches with like aspartame specifically is the one that most people complain about. If it gives you a headache, stay away from it. Try other ones like sucralose. Like I love sucralose. Uh, if you don't like those or you don't want to try them, that's fine. But people have issues with everything, right? Like some people can't eat peanut butter because they have an allergy to it. It doesn't make peanut butter bad as a whole. Like, it just, we're all different in that way. So I hope this at least opened your mind on the topic. Again, you're going to probably feel how you feel regardless, but I'm just trying to help you. I was the person on the I'm super scared of these things side. Like, I'm not making that up. I really was. So I did a whole lot of work, research, understanding, consuming all these things all the time myself to see how I feel, see how it helps me or doesn't help me. And for me personally, and a ton of people I know who are very healthy and in very good shape, they can be an absolute positive game changer. All right, guys. Peace. Thanks for checking it out, and we'll have more soon.